Hello Gemini, and welcome to your reading for the 25th of November until the 2nd of December. It's going to be general, so of course take the bits that resonate and leave the rest. Okay, let's welcome in our the high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and of course our higher selves. Any of those energies that would like to be present to assist us with this reading would be great. And we do thank them in advance for their presence. Okay, Gemini, let's see what's going to jump out here. I'm doing a slightly different spread today, but okay. Four of Cups. Right. And Justice. Actually, I'll show you this. Four of Cups. A Fairy Tarot today. Four of Cups and Justice. Four of Cups, you know, four is a stable kind of number. So, and it could be just on the emotional front, things are a little, I guess, not really super exciting for you at the moment, Gemini, but maybe it's it's a necessary thing at the moment that you're having to just I guess, you know, just sort of think about things. You also have the priest, the high priestess coming in under here as well. And this is like your higher self energy. I'll just grab one more. And it's interesting that often the high priestess is about stillness. Okay. So maybe this is really great for you at the moment, to just take things slowly. And we also have the Three of Cups, okay, which has come face up. And yeah, so the Three of Cups, maybe you're tuning into your intuition at the moment and your inner wisdom, and I think you're you might also be sensing into your soul tribe, like who they will be or who they are. And maybe, yeah, you're getting a little clear on that. Justice is also about personal truth, okay? This reading could also be saying here that your higher self is kind of suggesting that if you can meditate and be still, just relax down into yourself more, and just allow yourself to be with those people that resonate, okay? Let's grab a couple more from the next deck here. Okay, so I have the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, and let's grab another one. So these cards are sort of talking about, you know, like recent happenings and, you know, your future hopes. So, you know, recently here, Gemini, you've been working hard on something, and this has been sort of, that you've really been, I guess, being yourself. You've stepped into your empowerment, and you've kind of reached this situation where you're having to protect something or guard something, or you've worked hard to earn something that's been a positive for you. It's Queen of Wands. Did I say Queen of Swords before? It's Queen of Wands. Because I think you're working on your sovereignty here. And, you know, I mean, I think what you're hoping from this situation is to kind of be, you know, like the author of your own life, and to have things really organised and structured here, symbolised by the King of Swords, to also be in alignment with your personal truth, and to, you know, have, to be able to move into higher consciousness if you need to. The Two of Cups is intimacy. So I think you're looking for a higher level of intimate relationship connections, whether that's family, friends, you know, your career choice and that type of thing. Yeah, so at the moment, Gemini, it's sort of looking like you're taking things slow, or you're doing some meditation here. We're going to grab some possible outcome cards. So given that, you know, if you just allow this process of stillness and to sort of just meditate, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. So you might also, this is like the, you know, a possible outcome is that you will be able to work constructively and steadily towards something and on something that is, you know, going to be rewarding for you. And here we have the Page of Cups. And it's going to allow you to kind of tune into your emotions as well. Okay. Let's just choose a couple more guidance from Spirit. Okay. That's the Ace of Cups. That's really interesting because the Ace of Cups with the High Priestess, this is like your subconscious, like your higher self really making itself known in terms of you stilling the mind, coming into calm. Is Spirit saying here, this is your Spirit guidance card, Ace of Cups, is to keep tuning into that. Okay, this is unconditional love coming in. It's high frequency, intuition, creativity, spiritual connection, okay, and emotional fulfillment as well. Let's grab another one for your Spirit guidance here. Okay. Ten of Cups. Okay, Gemini. A lot of this hard work that you've been doing here. I'm going to grab another card for the center now. This is, I think, hard work paying off. Okay, I think maybe you've had to put your nose to the grindstone because there could be something about an emotional situation here that's kind of a bit of a stalemate, or there's not a lot of movement, there's not a lot of inspiration happening. And I mean, you could literally be feeling like this person here. It's like, you know, it's like you're trying to operate in alignment with your personal truth, but you're kind of, maybe you're a bit blind to some other things that are maybe missing or present or not present. We might just, let's clarify some things now. Actually, we need to look at the overall energy for the bottom of the deck. Wow, the Emperor. Okay, Gemini, this is about you rising above your current situation. So this is about you rising above this emotional stalemate. Okay, it's also about you rising above this defensive energy of feeling like you have to guard something. Okay. Yeah, we will clarify that. Let's just, actually, let's clarify that energy right now. That Nine of Wands there. You know, that's a recent happening or something that's been evolving. Why is the Nine of Wands here, Spirit? Okay, that's too many. Well, we did have the Three of Swords. I mean, that's that could be relevant. There's some healing that you're going through here. Let's just go for time. Yeah, we're good. Okay, Queen of Cups. Right, we'll talk about this in a moment. Okay, it kind of seems like, sorry, I just had to cough, that's why I paused. It seems like you are really guarding something here in the name of, you know, giving yourself time and space to go within here, which is kind of what you're doing here with your higher self is kind of saying, yeah, High Priestess, okay. Tapping into your inner wisdom and also doing what brings you joy, okay. So it's sort of like there's two sides to the coin, Gemini, which is not unusual for you. You know, there's often more than one thing going on, isn't there? Well, the Emperor's just flipped face up here. I was going to use this next card to clarify the Four of Cups and Justice. So, you know, ultimately, you probably have more power in this situation than you realize. And yeah, I mean, there could also be someone that's potentially available to assist you, okay, in this situation. Or maybe it's about you just taking some reins and, you know, making some executive decisions. You do have 2 emperors here in your reading, okay? And what you're sort of hoping for is, I mean, maybe you're hoping to be able to, you know, make a decision about your emotional well-being. This is sort of looking like it is about your emotional well-being here, Gemini. Because spirit guidance is cups, okay, water. And you also have, you know, the possible, you know, your outcome is Page of Cups. It's about paying attention to how you are feeling, your emotional life. You know, obviously we do need to cover the survival aspect of life, but if you've got that covered, Gemini, maybe, and if there are opportunities for you to move into more, you know, positive emotional situations in your life, maybe it's time to look at that, if that resonates. So let's clarify the King of Swords and the 2 of Cups. King of Wands. Interesting. So the King of Swords is, you know, the decision maker, the higher consciousness, the intellectual. Okay, the King of Wands is the action, the actual doing, like the working manager, so to speak. So it could be that, you know, maybe you've been thinking about your emotional well-being for quite a while, Gemini, and maybe you're kind of like going, well, you know, it's okay to be sitting on the fence here, literally, or sitting on the wall about something. But, you know, you might also be hoping that you're going to be able to take some action on that, on those thought processes. Yeah. Excuse me. Let's just clarify the Emperor, Spirit, 3 of Wands. Yeah, it's about the next thing. Okay, I think you're gathering Gemini, you're gathering your powers and your energies to prepare for the next thing. And I think you are considering carefully what that's going to be. Directly under the Emperor, here we also have the 7 of Wands, which is that you know, card of creating boundaries. So maybe you also needing to define some boundaries here for yourself, Gemini. Yeah. Yeah, but I think, you know, like the possible outcomes here, this is like, you know, or probable outcome, is that you are really going to be working happily on something that's going to be fulfilling and that's going to give you, you know, some a new emotional perspective is what I'm going to say, a new emotional input. Okay, your 4 of Cups at the moment. There can be, in the 4 of Cups, there can be something that we're not seeing. You know, there could be something here about this connection or about this way of being that you're not seeing. Literally, you have the Justice here with the blindfold on. So maybe there's something in this situation that does ring true for you. However, let's grab a card from the Angel Tarot and we'll see. I'm going to put this front and center of this reading here. I'll just see if something wants to jump out. If not, we will cut the deck and just take one here. 3 of Swords, which is usually about healing, okay? Great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Okay, so This could be why there's a slowing down here, Gemini, at the moment. And it's like there's almost like two sides of your life going on. One is like, you know, maybe you're feeling really, you know, that you need to be all that you are actually, you know, like holding your own and having to be strong. You're having to set some boundaries. But you're also really tuning in here. Your subconscious or your higher self really wants you to be able to move through this healing process, I guess, to release what you need to release so that you can move into some higher frequency energies. Okay, let's grab another one. Four of Swords. Take time to rest or take a vacation. Yeah, and if that's coming up for you, Gemini, make good use of that. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. Yeah, that's bang on. Okay, Four of Swords. So I think you're really considering your next move here, Gemini. You know, that might be intellectually, spiritually, physically, you know, emotionally, your next move. And this is sort of what you're doing with your High Priestess. If there's any takeaway from this reading, it's this beautiful meditative energy here and just being with nature, okay? And waiting. The High Priestess is often about waiting for the timing to be right. Three of air, four of air. But, of course, Gemini, you are an air sign, so, you know, you're party to the higher consciousness energies coming through and you're probably receiving those as well. And there could be situations that you're in that are, you know, they could, either they're providing a foundation for you to elevate and to move into high frequencies, or they're kind of impeding your ability to move into the high frequency, whatever resonates there for you. But it's almost like, you know, you've got these two figures here holding these swords. So it's like you are going to be able to slice through you know, what's BS and what isn't for you, and to make decisions that are in alignment with your personal truth, okay? So, yeah, I hope that has been helpful for you, Gemini. We might just look at the energies on the bottom of the decks of the other cards here. Three of Pentacles, yeah. You know, working on your creativity is going to be helpful. And we also have, let's look at the bottom of this deck, 10 of Pentacles, okay, abundance coming in as well. So that's going to be really positive for you. You have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. But there is a little bit of healing, and I think you're just taking your time and just planning your next steps here, Gemini, okay. So look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and we'll see you again soon.